Good morning. I'm down here in Toronto at Chorus Key, and I just finished with the Global Morning Show talking about this post that just went viral, the new rules for dating my daughter. This story refers to a father's post in which he states that if you want to date my daughters, you'll have to ask them the rules. They set the rules. They don't need a creepy, overbearing, possessive father trying to set them. And he goes on to say that if you do something wrong, rather than the old school style of, I'll break your legs, he says they will be the ones to set the consequences. Essentially, he's replacing the old school style of my daughter, my rules, with human being, autonomous, agency. You guys can negotiate the rules on your own. Artie Patel covered this on the digital edition of Global News, and so we covered it this morning, and of course it set off a storm of angry people saying you need to protect your daughters, dads need to protect their daughters. Of course you need to protect, but not possess. And herein lies the difference between owning someone and empowering someone to communicate their needs, their desires, their boundaries on their own, and supporting them in doing so. On the morning show, we also covered ways to talk to young people, to your small children, about how to have healthy relationships. The video will be posted on my website, but I'll give you a few little tidbits right now. Location change, my car is here. First and foremost, when should you start talking to your children about relationship skills? The answer is day one. This isn't about dating or intimacy. It's certainly not about sex. It's about expressing your needs and your boundaries. And it's also about learning to express both positive and negative emotions in a constructive way. So how do you respond if someone makes fun of you? Do you hit? Do you bite? Do you scream? Do you withdraw? Or do you say, that doesn't feel good? And if you help them to develop these skills from when they're little so they can speak to their play dates this way, it will be easier when they're 10 to speak to their friends that way, and when they're 17 to say, I'm not comfortable with that. It's not just about developing the skills to set boundaries and say what they don't want, but also developing the capacity to say what they do want in a relationship. They can start doing this as soon as they can talk. You can also be helping to establish bodily autonomy, where they can say what they do want and don't want with their bodies. So I don't want to give a hug to Auntie, but I will give her a high five. And that's really good practice for the later years. And for the rest of the info, go to sexwithdrjess.com. We will have the full video from Global TV's The Morning Show up on our website shortly.